This is Manuel Bisono, and today we're going to be proving trigonometric identities. The problem I have laid out for you today is 1 minus cosine of theta over sine of theta plus sine of theta over 1 minus cosine of theta is the same as 2 cosecant of theta. Now we're going to work the left hand side. We have to combine these two, but in order to do so they must have the same denominator. Therefore we're going to multiply this side by 1 minus cosine of theta over 1 minus cosine of theta, which is essentially 1, and we're going to multiply this part by sine of theta over sine of theta. Now we can rewrite this as 1 minus cosine of theta squared times plus sine squared of theta all over 1 minus cosine of theta times sine of theta. Now, if we FOILed this part out, we'd get 1 minus cosine of theta minus cosine of theta plus cosine squared of theta, and then we bring out the sine squared of theta as well, all over 1 minus cosine of theta times sine of theta. Okay, we're doing good. Now, we add these two parts of and we'd get 1 minus 2 cosine of theta. Now, cosine squared of theta plus sine squared of theta is the same as 1. Now we rewrite it as 1 minus 2 cosine of theta plus 1 all over 1 minus cosine of theta times sine of theta. Okay, now we add the ones, and we get 2 minus 2 cosine of theta all over 1 minus cosine of theta times sine of theta. It's the same as 2 cosecant of theta. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take out the 2 from the upper part. Now we'd get 2 times 1 minus cosine of theta all over 1 minus cosine of theta times sine of theta is the same as 2 cosecant of theta. What we're going to do now is we're going to cross out the 1 minus cosine of theta as we have it in the upper part and the lower part. And we're left with 2 over sine of theta is the same as 2 cosecant of theta. Now sine of theta is the same as 1 over cosecant. We're going to multiply the lower part and the upper part by 1 over cosecant, by cosecant over 1. Now the bottom part crosses out, and we would have 2 times cosecant of theta over 1, and we'd get 2 cosecant of theta is the same as 2 cosecant of theta.